Okay, we're here at the aqueduct in Mexico City. This is a Roman-style aqueduct. This was built in the 1700s. There was a water problem in Mexico City at the time, and what they wanted was to bring fresh water from Chapultepec all the way from, like, there's the mountain in Chapultepec where the castle is today, like that way, and then Zócalo is that way. So the goal was to have the freshest water possible, and this was the way to do it. Now, if you look at the design, this is a Roman design built with bricks and mortar. The reason why this still stands today is because it's been preserved for our history. This aqueduct, there are 22 arches left of the original 904, and this aqueduct was originally 4 kilometers long. This is not the first aqueduct that was built in Mexico City. In fact, during the Aztec Empire in Tenochtitlan, they built the first aqueduct from Chapultepec in 1418. The reason why the Aztecs had built their aqueduct was because although they're on a lake, the water was brackish. And if you know what brackish means, it means like salty water, because water would come into the lake, but it wouldn't leave. So there's no filtration system that's keeping all the water clean. So there was no water for drinking and cooking, which was later resolved by building an aqueduct. Unfortunately, that original aqueduct was destroyed in 1449 during a flood year. The original aqueduct was built with mud and sticks and using stones and some wood. They later built another aqueduct that was stronger, and that aqueduct was built kind of like this, but each support was built on small islands. The water can come from Chapultepec down to Zócalo. This city was still surrounded by a lake, so the only way to do this was to take the water over water, which is really weird, but that was necessary. And they actually designed it so well that canoes and boats could go underneath these arches in the Aztec original aqueduct. When Hernán Cortés first came to Tenochtitlan, he was put in charge of a temporary government. And later, Charles V used his military to take over Mexico and, conquer the area. But what was interesting was Cortés, his plan was to divide up Tenochtitlan among the conquistadors. And what he wanted was to use Chapultepec for himself to hold all the rights for the water of the city. So actually, Cortés was the first person to try and start a monopoly in Mexico by trying to control all the water of the city so nobody could get fresh water without buying it from him. Charles V, the King of Spain at the time, denied his requests for that piece of land and ruled that the water of Chapultepec was for everybody in the city and that no person can own it. This is just a reminder to us all that water is a resource that we all need to make sure that we take care of and to make sure that we don't waste it. When we waste the water, we're wasting valuable resources that can go to everybody. So, aqueduct, Mexico City. Come this way. There you go. So, if you like this video, you should have watched more. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. Just share it to everybody. It's a lot of work to make these videos. So if you like them, please let me know.